record this whole thing, Brandon. Let this
I'm
whole
recording.
this episode run.
Okay.
Who is the GOAT?
It's Jordan. You talking about
Why?
as far as basketball is concerned, just the game of basketball.
No, I asked you. Shit, you tell me.
Well, in the game of basketball, Jordan was a better all-around player. But
Now, Brandon, now you know that statement don't even make sense come out your mouth. So Jordan was a better rebounder than LeBron James?
Well, no, I'm not talking about that, but if you had to put them head to head, Jordan would be a better player. LeBron James has a lot of flaws. I like LeBron, but he does have a lot of flaws.
Like what?
He can't shoot free throws.
Okay, what else?
He's not clutch.
What you mean by clutch?
When it's time to score or it's time to make the play, he kind of don't make the play 9 times out of 10. It just don't.
I gotta look that shit up, man. Because how many opportunities Jordan had to be clutch on a real game?
He did it. He did it. Like I said, I like LeBron. I think I favor him all around, like the stuff he does on and off the court over Jordan. But if it's just basketball, Jordan was kind of hard to beat. The players were, I'm not gonna say the players was on the same level because he beaten, Karl Malone. Like Karl Malone's cool. Like Karl Malone wouldn't make it in the league now, but Jordan.
What you mean Karl Malone won't make it in the league?
He's not gonna do it.
What all these little skinny
Karl, I think they'll run Karl Malone off the court. He might have been in shape. But like I said, I can't really remember how Karl Malone was athletically. They'll do that pick and roll. They'll do that all day. I do remember that, but
Karl Malone will make it. And you got these people.
But Karl Malone was tough. He was strong and tough. I give him that.
And how many points? And he in the top 10?
Yeah, he was
in the
good.
top 10 or top 5 in scoring?
He was good. I think, but the rules have changed. It's just so many different things. Like they call the game different. The game is more of a 3-point shooting game now. So I don't know. Like it was a time Shaq or having a big center. That's all you needed. Now you can't even really have a center like that in the game.
And remember if you do have a center like that in the game, you go win some championships.
Now or back then?
And now.
Like who?
Let a big motherfucker come up. Let what's the guy from Milwaukee? Giannis?
Oh, Giannis, yeah.
Letting Giannis play like Shaq. The whole game.
He kind of does. And they won. And I think Giannis is a little different. Shaq was a dominant player. Giannis can shoot threes though. Giannis spread.
No, Brandon, you ain't watching that.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. So does Giannis play strictly in the paint?
Giannis can't shoot.
He can't shoot. He can't shoot, but you have to guard him at the 3 anyway, just because it might be a chance he can make it.
Ain't nobody guarding this man for no shit. He can't shoot.
If you pull up his threes,
put up his threes. He can't shoot. I don't know what game you watching. You must be watching volleyball or something.
Hold on.
You watching? Oh, he can't shoot.
He can't shoot, but he hit more threes than you think. You got to get up. You got to get out on him. Okay, all right. Let me see. Hold on. Where is
you build? That's why they say you build a wall in the paint, and he can't scope.
you think about Ben Simmons?
No, I ain't thinking about Ben Simmons. I'm thinking about the Greek. The Greek. That's what I'm thinking about.
Hold on, let's see.
Man, barely got a mustache.
Look at his 3-point. Oh, this is it. Hold on. Where's the stats? Can you see it? Because I'm not on.
I can't see it, but you'll see it. This man can't shoot.
He 29% at threes. He done shot 1,500 threes and made 400 of them. You got to get out. You got to guard him.
20 and 30%. You guarding somebody at 30%.
Yeah, they guard him too.
And then he gonna take you off the step. Then don't go.
Well, see, and they got to guard him. Let me see. He 30% this time. I think his highest was when he first got in the league. It's 34%. That's high for threes, especially in the league where everybody
No. That's not high for threes, man.
For a big man, for a center who can dominate the paint. Let me go to Anthony Davis because he tried to shoot a lot of threes too.
Okay,
he can't shoot.
And Anthony Davis better than 30%.
I don't know.
No, he ain't 30. That's 29%.
And guess what? You got to guard him too when he at the 3 line.
Yeah.
He's 30% too. They guard him too.
Is he 30%?
Yeah, he's 30% too for his career. He
18%. What's his highest?
He 18% of this season. His highest was 34. You got guard. You
can't guard Brandon. 30%. You take 30% all day. That means That means your ball go back rim hard, bounce up, and one more pass, the person's laid the ball up on the other side of the damn goal.
And you got to guard him too. Now Westbrook, they not guarding Westbrook. No matter
he's
where
30% too.
But it's different when you somebody shooting three. You know what? Let's look at Westbrook threes because he actually can't shoot.
Everybody you named couldn't shoot.
But some of them, Westbrook actually needs to shoot because he's not a big man.
He ain't never learned how to shoot a basketball.
Let me see. Hold on. Westbrook is shooting 30%. But that's what I'm saying. He's a point guard, though. He's supposed to be out there anyway.
I mean, 30. I make it shoot 30%. I think I agree. 30%.
I agree. But guess what? They ain't gonna leave if you
pick the shot I want to shoot at. Now, if I don't get to pick where I want to shoot, I may shoot bad. But I know where to shoot where I can shoot good. Talk about guys stick to three.
I'm gonna watch. Let me pull up Curry though.
Curry's around about 45, 42. He's low this year. Is it?
Let me see. Is this his career? His career is 47. This year is 42. So Giannis, he basically Steph Curry almost.
No. Shooting 50% for threes is a lot. Shooting another 30%.
Did you see the All-Star game though? I didn't watch I saw a little bit of the highlights. Steph Curry can shoot.
I don't even watch the All-Star games anymore because the guys don't even play.
Yeah, it's not the same like it used to be.
Yeah. Guys don't even play.
You think Jordan wasn't as good as LeBron?
Jordan is the GOAT. LeBron James is the best player.
Best player, like what? All around?
All around play. If you had to pick somebody on your basketball team, do you want Jordan or do you want LeBron? You better pick LeBron.
I think during the season, LeBron is, but Jordan in the playoffs is a little better than LeBron in the playoffs.
Jordan had to face nobody in the playoffs.
He didn't, but whoever he faced, they won. That does matter. The Bulls barely won. They barely beat Utah. They barely beat a lot of teams, but they still won.
How many years did Jordan play?
We talking about in the playoffs or how many?
No, in seasons.
18?
How many championships did he win?
6.
So if he was winning like you say he was winning, why he got 18 to 10 rings?
He had some scrubs on his team.
He had no damn scrubs. He was getting his ass whooped.
He did. He did.
He was getting his ass whooped, and nobody respecting him.
What you mean?
The Pistons didn't give a fuck about no Jordan. They cared about Bird. They were looking at
and who was and name the people on the Pistons. They had a better team than the Bulls. They had better players.
Rodman. They had the point guard Isaiah
Thomas. Isaiah Thomas. They had what's the white dude name?
They had the white dude. I don't know. He knew how to foul somebody. That's what he knew how to do. You know, they had teams like that.
Right.
And
I think LeBron, you know, Jordan wasn't building teams like LeBron is building teams. I think, you know, LeBron built some good teams, but lately he's been trying to put teams together that just hasn't worked. Like this team they put together this season, that was a disaster. He been wanting to get Carmelo for the longest. Finally got Carmelo, didn't work. When he was in Cleveland, he wanted to play with D Wade again. Didn't they get D Wade in Cleveland? What?
LeBron built 3 teams. They got 3 championships. What is you talking about?
What do you mean? But he built 3 teams since, I guess, let me think. The last 5 years he's been trying to construct teams. Well, no, the last 7 years he's been building his own team.
The last 7 years he got 2 championships at least.
Okay, but he's the best player. He is the best player in the league. He's the best player in the league.
So you tried to put down. You said he was building teams and was
he was building teams. Mm-hmm.
Then I popped this on you. He built 3 teams. I think he got 4 championships, not 3. He got 4 championships off of building teams.
I think they should have won every year almost. It seemed like the only team they shouldn't have been able to beat was the Warriors. He wasn't going to beat that team. That was a better team.
Every year, he had nobody.
He is, but no, he's been building the teams. He's the best player in the NBA. He's, like you said, he's the GOAT. I think they should be able to win every year. Even this year, the team that they have on paper, you would think they'll be able to win.
The first 7 years he was in Cleveland, who did he have?
No, I ain't talking about them years. And then after that, after he left,
that was his teammate. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Who are you talking about?
West.
Oh, Delonte West.
And then he had your boy Snow. What the hell did you do with Snow?
And after that, when he started going to Miami, that's when he was building his team. He figured out that you can build your team. I can see they lost to the Spurs. Now I can see losing to the Spurs or the Warriors.
And they lost to the Mavericks.
Now, see, they shouldn't have never lost to the Mavericks either. But
that was a good team.
That was a good team. But we're talking about the GOAT. LeBron should have been able to dominate. I think he kind of choked up. Remember, I think Jason Terry, like he wouldn't post up Jason Terry.
Jason Terry, Dirk, the light-skinned tall guy, Chambers. What's the light-skinned tall guy?
I can't think of who you're talking about on
Dallas. You had the Matrix, Marriott with the Matrix.
He couldn't shoot either.
That team was set.
No, you shouldn't have been able to beat. Yeah, Mario Chalmers, who ain't that good, but he still was doing his role. Chris Bosh, D Wade. You had Birdman. They had Birdman, I think, at the time, role player, and LeBron.
No, that Mavericks teams, they were set.
They were set. Well, Heat team was set too. I don't think they should have lost. I don't think they should have lost that. I don't think they should have lost that one.
Man, you still had Dirk.
Dirk.
And what's the guy who was the guy who had the beard, the light skinned guy?
They had JJ Barrera.
That's what he was good.
Deshaun Stevenson. They had Peja Stojakovic on that team. Jason Kidd, Tyson Chandler. That's who you're talking about.
Tyson Chandler. You see, you did the team.
That's pretty good. They had the Matrix. That's not they had Brendan Haywood, JJ Barrett. Nah, that team, Caron Butler. They had a pretty good team, but let me go to the Heat team.
And no, we already know who the Heat had. They had a big 3. That's it.
Man, that's it.
That's it. And then they lost, and they said, "Oh, we need to get Ray Allen," and that would tip them over the edge, I think. You talking about the Mavericks team wasn't good?
It was all right to win a championship. No, so you
You
thought
had
that
Jason Kidd, Dirk,
that's a,
Chambliss,
that's a
Terry.
pretty good team. That was a pretty good team.
Every person on that team played defense. Every person on that team was very good in their prime.
Let me tell you who was on the Heat team at the time. They had Dwayne Wade, they had Dexter Pittman, they had Mike Miller, they had what's that, James Jones, who was decent role player. They had Juwan Howard, Udonis Haslem, they had Eddie Curry, they had Norris Cole, who was all right. They had Mario Summer, they had Shane Battier. They had a better team. They, especially with LeBron. I think they should have won that.
Did you just hear who was on the Mavericks?
Yeah, did you hear who was on the Heat? They had LeBron James and Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh. That's all you need to know. And they was throwing alley-oops. They was catching them and dunking them.
And the Mavericks had 7-footers. The Mavericks had 7-footers and perimeter defense players.
I hear you.
You know, LeBron. Jordan is the GOAT. LeBron is a better player.
So what do you think, Jordan? I know Jordan couldn't shoot threes. That was a weakness.
He could shoot when he had to shoot. I ain't gonna let you put down Jordan like that.
Not like most other players. He wouldn't shoot them often, and it was a different game. But that was I think that was the only weakness in his game, really. But that's why I say I think Jordan was a better player. But you say LeBron. So what other things Jordan had to work on as far as on the basketball court?
Jordan could work on his passing. Jordan could work on his rebounding. Jordan could work on. I don't know. Shit, that's about it.
But that's what I'm saying. It's a different game, so it's kind of hard to say. Like back then, you had your big man rebounding the ball, so it wasn't like Jordan was gonna be in the paint trying to get rebounds and stuff like that. He was playing the wing. Now point guards be in the paint trying to get rebounds. Kind of like how that Westbrook had that season where he got all the triple doubles and stuff like that.
What point guards? Repeat this. I'm gonna bring you out. What point guards be in the hole catching rebounds?
Westbrook.
You gonna name what that because he can't do nothing else. So who else? Give me somebody else.
It's some other ones that try to get stats just like that, just try to out hustle. I can't think of any now, but they be in there. Ja Morant be trying to get in there to grab rebounds too. A lot of young players when they come in the league, they be scrapping for stuff when they don't necessarily have to, when they don't have to save their energy.
Rebounds and point guard don't even mix.
They don't, but this is a different game. A lot of teams play small ball anyway, so sometimes you'll see a smaller lineup where people are crashing and they shouldn't even be in the paint, but they're in there anyway. Kind of like that's how Westbrook is. He was in a system like that. He still think he in a system like that.
Westbrook, sometimes, like, watch this. If your breath stink, you try to make sure your clothes is clean.
I get what you're saying.
No.
I get what you're saying. Westbrook know his game is off, so he try to go hard in extra areas where it don't need to be.
He go hard in other areas.
But this is my thing. How did they not know Westbrook couldn't play? Like I knew Westbrook wasn't that good, but I didn't see this coming. I didn't see it being this bad.
I seen it coming. I wish I could pull my Facebook post that said this before anything started. Mm-hmm. I said they need to play Westbrook one quarter.
And what quarter is that? The third quarter?
Maybe the second or something. Get on the third, get to go. Just let them go. Let them go. Let them wear down the other team, and then you take them out.
Right. Because that's all they can do. That's all they can do.
Because giving the ball up, imagine if Westbrook decreases turnovers by 50%. The Lakers has a whole lot more wins in their basket.
They have a couple more wins. He still can't shoot either, though.
But when you turn the bar over, You give easy turnovers.
Yeah.
That's like you give him easy opportunity to get 2 points.
Yeah.
Like bonehead shit.
And he can't play defense. I don't know whether he can't play defense or he don't want to play defense.
I think he don't want to play defense.
Yeah.
And he probably can't anymore because as you get
quick,
older, he's quick on offense. Defense, your body, you stand in front of the person, they move, you gotta and then
you're
move.
Right.
Older, you get slower.
That's true.
You get slower.
You think? Well, that is a problem though. His basketball IQ isn't there, so I think that plays a lot. That plays a big part in his defense and why he can't guard anybody.
I don't know. He just think he's good. He thinks he's God. Like he don't make no mistakes or nothing.
But I don't. But LeBron is smart. He knows the game of basketball, but he still wanted to get Westbrook on the team. Do you think he thought he could coach him into what he needed him to do?
He thought he could teach Westbrook how to dribble and pass the ball, but obviously he could not do that.
Right.
He said, "Damn, I just got to teach this nigga how to dribble and pass the ball, or bounce pass, that pass."
But just think, they had Rondo, and it didn't work out, and it was like, well, we'll get Westbrook, and I'll fix all our mistakes that Rondo had, because Rondo kind of couldn't shoot either. He shoot better than Westbrook, but
don't play Rondo like that.
I'm not playing Rondo like that. That's just what it is.
Rondo couldn't shoot, but that motherfucker hitting them shots.
He's the reason they won the championship. He hit a lot of big shots versus the Heat, and they won the championship. Made a bunch of big plays.
I won't say Rondo can't shoot. He's just like a pure point guard. So he's looking to distribute the ball.
Right.
Because I seen Rondo maybe 4 or 5 years ago at play around hit like fucking 7, 10 3-pointers in a row.
Yeah, and he's balling in Cleveland right now. I haven't watched it, but I see some of the highlights and stuff like that.
He can play.
He's a real basketball player. He can play. I don't know what was going on with the Lakers, but I think he done got his passion back. So
nah, I know. You know what's going on with the Lakers, Brandon.
Tell me, I don't know what's going on.
You got a man making $47 million, and you got a man making $1 million. The politics, Eric, it's all about politics.
Yeah.
What they need to do is sit Westbrook down and play Rondo. But imagine how much stuff he's gonna have.
You're talking about before, but they done got rid of him.
Yeah, they was afraid to do. They was afraid to do what they had to do.
Yeah.
Rondo, he still could play. Rondo got my respect when he like damn near broke his arm in the game, but he didn't go out. Yeah. He said, "I play with one arm." You remember?
Right. And he don't have an ego. Like Westbrook got an ego.
What you mean he don't got an ego?
He don't have an ego where it'll take over and affect everyone. Rondo is trying to win. He got a dog in him. He ready to fight. Westbrook, watch. Let me change that. He's not a diva.
There
Westbrook
you go.
Is a
That's
diva.
what I was about to say. The word.
Westbrook is a diva. Like Chris Paul got an ego, but he's ready to fight. He's ready to play. Westbrook, like a lot of the new basketball players, they got ego and they're divas. They've been groomed their whole life, and they think they can do all this other stuff in fashion. Remember, we said we was going to talk about James Harden and how they do the fashion, and it's just a whole different thing. Like they focus on basketball, but they focus on other areas too.
I don't know.
Is LeBron a diva? He's not like Westbrook. He's not like Westbrook.
LeBron is not a diva. LeBron is calculated and always present himself in a calm and cool demeanor. He may be a diva off behind scenes, but you don't hear him show that in public.
Right.
You'll see that because he know Westbrook fucking up. He knows that.
Yeah,
He
and he
knows
could bash
that.
him. He could bash him.
But he's like this one makes him a good all around player. Then Jordan, he ain't gonna back. He ain't gonna
So
punch him in his face
right, that's what I was about to
or
say.
or do stuff like that. He ain't gonna do that. So
do you have Kobe up there? Do you have Kobe up there with Jordan and LeBron, or not really?
no.
Some people do. I think Kobe was a great scorer. He ended up being with Shaq, which was great. You know, you win a lot of championships that way. But I
was watching a sports channel, and the guys was comparing. I guess ESPN did a top 10, and Kobe wasn't in there. And one guy made an argument. They say, "Hey, Kobe Bryant's stats is not better than Karl Malone's stats." Did you hear me, brother? Kobe Bryant's stats is not better than Karl Malone's stats. The person said he can't play in today's age. That's you said that, right?
Yes, I said that.
He said his stats, Kobe Bryant's stats can't beat Karl Malone's stats. No, he don't need to be in the top 10.
Well, did they did have Karl Malone in the top 10?
No,
because Karl Malone's a good player, but it's hard to be in the top 10 just because it's that many players. Like Allen Iverson was a great player, I think, but he's not no great team player. He is a great scorer. He was a great passer.
Iverson and Kobe had kind of the same issue.
Right, yeah,
they shot the ball too much, and their percentage wasn't high. But
Iverson a little worse. Iverson a little worse, but back then, that's what kind of player was in demand. Like he wanted somebody that be able to score at will.
He couldn't score at will.
Who couldn't? Kobe
or Iverson?
They couldn't score at will. They wasn't hitting a lot of shots, but they'll score. They can. So what's your definition of score at will?
They do this. They gamble. If I shoot this ball 50 times, I'm gonna hit it. That's what they did. What they did.
Okay, I'll give you that.
LeBron James and Michael Jordan, they didn't do this. They said every shot I'm gonna shoot, I think I can hit. Yeah. That's why their percentages are damn near 50%.
Yeah.
Or a little over.
They got a better chance. Usually when LeBron shoot, he's not looking to score in the first couple quarters anyway. He's trying to get people involved because he know he could do his thing. Jordan was the same way. They want
to. Jordan was looking for other people to score. Come on,
Brandon. No, okay. But Jordan know he could score. He know he can score 50 if he needed to, but he can't do that every night. So he need other people to score too. Jordan, go ahead.
I think Jordan and LeBron, every shot they take up, they think they get hit.
Mm-hmm. But you can't win basketball games or championships by doing that. Just because you're not gonna be able to score 90 points to win the basketball game.
If they knew they couldn't hit the shot, they won't shoot.
Who, other players? Or are you talking about
Jordan and LeBron? Mm-hmm. Iverson and Kobe, they'd shoot that bitch up. I don't think I did. That bitch going up.
Right. So but I think Kobe had a different experience than Iverson did because Kobe usually had players that you could pass them the ball and they'll score. Iverson didn't always have players that could score like that. They was decent. Like Kobe was playing with Shaq, Robert Horry, players that if you pass them the ball, they're gonna score. Kobe didn't care. Kobe was still gonna shoot the ball.
And Iverson was playing with some Hall of Famers.
What? Who? Dikembe Mutombo?
And what's the other guy? The young
Andre
guy.
Iguodala.
Yeah.
But he was young back then, and he was decent, but he wasn't shooting. He almost can't shoot now. I mean, he can shoot occasionally, but he wasn't no shooter like that. Iverson was looking around. He said, "Shoot, I'm taking this shot. I don't trust Eric Snow or Larry Hughes, players like that." Yeah. He even said that. He said he'll pass it to somebody else, they'll pass it back and they'll end up in him. He says, shoot, I guess y'all ain't want to shoot, so I'm gonna take the shot.
I think Iverson want to take them shots anyway. I don't think it's his character to pass it. Just like Jordan, it ain't in his character to pass the ball unless he knew he could not hit that shot. That's why he
and they would double team, and those players will still shoot the ball just because they feel like they could make it.
Kobe,
I just don't. Yeah, no, and Kobe, Jordan, and Iverson.
Well, take Jordan out, because Jordan he'll hit that motherfucker.
Okay. But I don't think LeBron is that way. LeBron is looking to pass. He's looking to make the right basketball play. Even if it's him shooting, he still may pass the ball. He'll look for the better basketball play.
I will say yes, but if he shoots, he believes he can make it.
But why? But this is my thing. I don't understand why they in 9th place about to not miss the playoffs. I don't think LeBron is missing a step.
9th place, they don't play no defense.
But do you think he not giving his all this season? They kind of turning it off. They turned it down.
No, he old.
That's what I'm saying. So you think he giving his all, or he gonna just sit this season, just kind of coast this season? I still think they got a good team when they should be able to be in the playoffs. And he's supposed to be the GOAT.
LeBron is giving all he could get. His motor just got 300,000 on the miles on it. But he still float to the. He's all the way to the floor.
Do you think he's gonna be able to play with his son? Because that's one of the things he's trying to do.
It's a chance. It's a chance. I don't know. Him getting hurt, that's what scares me. And also, how much your body goes to degrade over the next 4 years. When does his son come out? His son's
I don't know. I said I was gonna look it up. Yeah. And I don't think he can go early. I think he got to do at least 2 years. So it'll be about 3 years before his son be in the NBA.
If he goes to the NBA.
But what do you think, he gonna go overseas?
No, he may not be. He may be washed up. He may not be that person.
No, he definitely going. And I think he was kind of putting it out there. So if you draft my son, I'm definitely going to the team. So whoever draft his son, you guarantee to have LeBron final year.
Now, how weird that would be. You in the locker room, the grandmother in there with the dad.
Yeah, I don't think they thought about all that.
How weird,
especially LeBron trying to have locker room talk, or they on flights in different cities. You got your son in there with you.
But
it's gonna be what?
For that to happen, LeBron needs to only play like 28 minutes, man. He's playing too. He's
talking about now.
He playing like 40 something.
Yeah, but that's what I say. I think he kind of need to shut it down or just not play as hard, and he might be doing that. That's why I think they not really in contention, because he's not giving his all. He like, look,
no, I think they ain't playing no defense.
Okay, you ain't playing no defense, but
it's like baboons on the court. It's bad. They got monkeys on the court. They playing like monkeys.
They got a decent team. I don't care what you say. They should be able to beat some of the teams they losing to.
They don't play no defense, man.
You ain't even got to play that much defense to stop some of these players. Like if you playing the Warriors or the Nets or something like that, I can see it. But they be losing to some teams that just shooting just regular jumpers right in your face.
Well, basketball. In our era, we kind of like both eras, but basketball in the late 80s and the 90s was a different beast.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't have to be skilled in putting the ball in the hoop. If you could get up,
right, you were last.
You were straight.
Right.
You were straight.
Just think about when we used to play. Remember when we used to play like nobody was shooting threes but Eric. Eric be shooting them long distance shots. Like,
yeah, you're right. I wrote about that in my book, man. I said Eric would shoot a half court shot.
But nobody was playing like that. That was pre Steph Curry. Like, that just wasn't what people were doing. You don't care about shooting no door threes. You try to take it to the hole, or play D, like you say. But Eric,
they used to. The pick teams used to have to shoot for the three because it was. I guess it was harder.
Most people didn't. Yeah, right.
That's how we shoot them. You shoot a three, you be looking.
Right, and I think Eric used to do that because he didn't have no handles like that, so he'd be like, "Sure, wherever I catch it, I'm shooting it up. I'm letting it go."
You're right because you be open because ain't nobody shooting no damn three out there. It's just mid range. Like my era was mid range.
And you know what? I think shots. Remember we used to say he was like Dirk, so I think that was when Dirk came in the league. And that's how Dirk played. He was mainly shooting threes. He was big. He could play in the hole a little bit, but he was mainly shooting threes.
He was almost. What I remember, it was he was a foot length above the three. Or the foot leaf behind the three.
Yeah,
it was like
that.
It
wasn't always threes, but it was long. It was a long shot.
It was long. It wasn't no mid range.
Right, it wasn't mid range.
Damn near 3-pointer. Poor old Dirk.
And he was 7'2", so it was hard to block the shot or mess his rhythm up. So.
Yep. Kind of like Durant, Kevin Durant.
Is he still playing? Is he hurt or something?
He's hurt.
Because I do want to see, I want to see Ben Simmons and how that team gonna gel together. So who you think coming out the East?
Who's coming out the East?
Yeah, is it gonna be the Sixers or you think it's gonna be the Nets?
Actually,
it's not. It's gonna be the Bucks. It's gonna be. I think the Bucks gonna come out the East again. But I want to see who gonna be in the Eastern Conference Finals against them.
Top 3 Bucks. Bulls.
Yeah, the Bulls are pretty good too.
And if Kevin Durant is playing, the Nets. Those are top 4 teams.
Who you think won?
Tell you. Huh?
I was gonna say, who you think won that trade, the Harden Ben Simmons trade, or is it just kind of both of them fixed the issues that they were looking to fix because neither one of them really wanted to be on the team they were on. Ben Simmons wasn't even playing.
It would be better if Kyrie Irving was playing and the Nets had those 3. It would be better. The Nets should have kept James and Kyrie Irving should have
got the vaccine.
I can say should have got the vaccine. Should have been playing. And that team will be pretty decent.
Yeah, I think that team would have won the championship if they would have got it together. But
it was a chance because not Kevin Garnett. Durant by himself had the Bucks on the edge.
Yeah. I think you think LeBron is the best player in the NBA. I agree with that right now. But do you think Durant is up there? I don't like Durant. I mean, I think Durant's a good player, but he's not up there with LeBron to me. I think like Skip Bayless think Durant is a better player than LeBron, but I see Durant as a great scorer, great shooter.
The best player is probably Durant. The best teammate.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Is probably LeBron.
Yeah.
See, Durant would be the best player and lose. But kind of LeBron is losing now, but
yeah, I think Kevin Durant, he just had to mainly focus on scoring, especially when he was with the Warriors. All he had to do is just score a little bit. They had a good system. They knew what they needed to do. They had other players that could carry the load if he wasn't in the game. All he needed to do is just put the ball in the hoop.
That's what he does everywhere.
That's what I'm saying. He don't have to
lead the team. He's not.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He don't have to lead like LeBron do. He tried to do it in OKC, and that was a good team too. Even though Westbrook,
how he tried to do it at OKC, and you got Jamal Green.
He can't do it. He can't do it. He can't take over like that and distribute and get people because not when you're a leader on the team, you got to get everybody in and bought into the system. You got to take charge. You got to tell people what they need to be doing, what they need to be working on. Kevin Durant just show up and play.
Did the Warriors need that? They was a good team before.
No, they didn't need that. That's why it worked. But when he was in OKC, they ain't go nowhere. They had some talent. They had,
Westbrook.
They had Westbrook. Westbrook wasn't that bad when he was on OKC. He wasn't good.
He was the same person he is now,
but slower. And and
he was faster then.
That's what I'm saying. He's slower now. So of course he's not gonna be good on defense. He was a little sharper, but you didn't need him to do much on that team.
What team? They didn't really have a team.
They had Perkins, who was a center. They had a solid center. They had Kevin Durant, James Harden off the bench, Westbrook. They had a couple other
James Harden wasn't James Harden yet.
But he was up and coming. He was scoring off the bench, and they were at that point where they needed him to be that next piece, but he just wasn't there yet. That's one of the reasons they lost to the Heat. He had come in the game and he kind of turned it over, and he just wasn't ready to be a star.
They didn't have no. That's a leaderless team. Like Perkins, Perkins. I think Perkins needs somebody to follow.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to follow him. He just be like the giant green giant. I'll go knock over everybody.
Didn't Perkins play with LeBron somewhere? Did he play with LeBron in Cleveland?
A little bit. But not long.
Okay.
Not long. Because I think after he left Miami, then Perkins left Boston. He could have went to Cleveland.
I think so. But LeBron can lead a team. He'll get you where you need to be. He'll tell you, he'll break down the play. I think he does a lot of that, in film room and stuff like that. I don't see Kevin Durant doing much of that, in their off time and stuff like that.
It's crazy. This basketball, how much film they really fucking watching?
They be watching film. And LeBron has that photographic memory, and he can kind of remember plays, and recite them. He do that sometime in those press conferences and stuff like that. He take the game serious.
How many plays they watching in basketball?
I don't think they're watching that many. They watching them turnovers. they and them Lakers film room meetings. They watching them turnovers Westbrook doing.
You get the feel now. I mean, different about basketball. You get the feel like how somebody play, where they like to shoot at, how they like to set up the play, and that's what you that's what you just do. But I don't know. Now football is different.
Football is different.
You gotta watch everything.
But you can tell it's different with football. They'll look at the plays during the game. They'll see where everybody is during the game and try to break down the film live, so they can try to fix stuff. But they do it after the games too. But basketball, it's not, like you say, it's not that much you got to break down, but you can see where people missing assignments and stuff like that, and you need to try to fix that stuff. But they ain't fixing it.
Watch this. If Jamon Green come up with the pick, Kerry go step back, shoot the ball. What's the plays in there watching? Or if Jamon Green come up with the soft pick.
Right. I bet you they be breaking it down too.
So what was you really doing? If LeBron come around here and the guy posts up on the block like this, he gonna throw it down deep.
But you know what they do on inside stuff when Chuck and them, they be running to that board and breaking stuff down. They be doing the same stuff. See him right here. He'll zip over there and get around the pick. They do the same.
Basketball ain't that damn complicated.
That's what I'm saying. So I'll be like, all right, look, we not good on defense. Let's look and see what's going on. What's the problem? You need to address this. You need to change this. You should be able to fix what's going on with the Lakers. I think it's the coaching. I think it's LeBron. He's shutting it down.
Defense is willpower. You can't fix willpower.
You coming out the game. How about that? If I see Westbrook is the problem,
and my check is still $600,000, I come out the game. So what are you talking about?
That's what I'm saying. So they just need to bench Westbrook. That's over with. They got some.
Defense is. I used to when I was younger. I used to call myself a king of defense.
You was pretty good.
You know why I done that?
Why?
I wanted to make sure a person in score a basket at any damn time.
Right.
Because at that point, my offense wasn't good. So I said, shit, my defense got me better.
Right. And that's how I used to play too. Like if I'm guarding somebody, I don't even want you to receive the ball. I'm gonna guard you that hard where you ain't even gonna receive the ball. They don't play that hard, in the NBA. Remember when Jeremy Lin was in the league and he got all that praise? They was like, look, we want to shut Jeremy Lin down. We're gonna guard him tight, so he can't breathe. That's how I think they should guard people, but they don't want to do it.
It takes willpower, man. That takes a different kind of. You got to damn near hate a person.
Oh, what's Patrick Beverly? Patrick Beverly used to play defense like that, and he messed up Westbrook's Achilles or something like that one time because he was guarding him so hard. You remember that play? And
I don't remember that.
Yeah, just because he'll be all up on you and doing that extra stuff, guarding you tight. He's the only player I know that played real defense like I would play like I'm playing street ball.
Alex Caruso played defense like that now.
Yeah, I used to like Alex Caruso too, but I think is he on the Bulls now?
He's on the Bulls.
Yeah,
he plays defense like that.
Yeah, I need to start watching the Bulls because he know he ain't got that much talent. He ain't got that much athleticism. Actually, I take that back because he can dunk.
He's athletic. He's athletic,
but he's white, and I think he feel like, look, I'll be out the league if I don't, if I don't step it up all in some other areas. So he'll play some lockdown defense.
He gives energy. And it was a stat they used, like on the ball pressure or something. He provides like the most on the ball pressure in the league. Like time a person touch the ball once he all up on you, like
right, and that's defense. Like as long as you're not fouling somebody, that's hustle. But it does take a lot of energy now. And
but
like you gotta have the will. You have to have the will to play somebody like that.
That's how he flipped that money for not being drafted, being assigned a minimal. Did that for 2 years. Now he got $8 million in his pocket and a championship.
So did the Lakers let him go, or did he just sign with the Bulls for more money?
Lakers didn't want to match the money.
Dang.
So he was a damn show. He come in there with that ball spot, with that ball
and the headband,
looking like an old man, but he's young.
Right.
If the Lakers, they need him.
Yeah.
The Lakers need him on that team now.
Right.
Because I'll start him over Westbrook.
I would too.
He can lead, your white boy, he at least shoot the damn ball and he can guard on defense.
Yeah, but like I said, I think LeBron thought he'll be able to turn Westbrook into a better player. And normally he does turn people into better players, but it hasn't been working out that way.
Westbrook said he ain't done nothing wrong. He ain't do nothing wrong. He's shooting. He ain't never had a bad day in basketball.
Right.
But they bench his ass a couple times.
Right, they did.
So, and why they bench him? So they could try to win the game.
Right.
Because down the stretch, he gonna get the damn ball. and give it away.
Right.
Just give it away. But man,
I just didn't see that coming. But do you think LeBron wants to play with Steph Curry? Can you see that happening?
Who don't want to play with Steph Curry?
But they can actually make it happen.
They can't make it happen.
They can make it happen.
They can't make it how they can make it happen.
Not soon, but they could if they wanted to play together.
Steph Curry just signed a 5-year, like one of the biggest contracts. How they gonna make that happen?
LeBron controls a lot of stuff going on in the league. I think LeBron got stake in the league. He got ownership of some of the stuff in the league. If they wanted to move LeBron to get more ratings, to get him to Golden State, they could do it. I think the NBA is kind of like wrestling in some aspects, just because they'll make some stuff happen or they'll block some stuff to happen just to get better ratings.